particular cylinder, when the liquid whose viscosity we want to determine, a sphere is inserted. A sphere is normally a spherical ball, you can say. A spherical ball is inserted. This ball will move into the liquid, and when it is moving inside, there are two forces which are going to act on this. The first force, that is the mass of the spherical ball, which this is going to exert, that is m into g, or you can say weight. The force, which is the downward force, is equal to weight of the ball, and that would be m into g. The another force is, when this ball goes inside, the viscosity of the liquid, that is going to prevent movement of the ball into the liquid, which will act upward. So when it acts upward in the opposite direction, this is the downward force. In the upward force, we have viscosity related forces. So this is going to basically have a normal flow in the liquid depending upon viscosity of the liquid. Meaning there are two forces. Since mass is higher than the upward force, the ball is going to move down. When it comes down, initially it has a different velocity. Different means that velocity is going to change initially when it enters the liquid, but after a certain point, it attains a constant speed. So that constant velocity is normally seen once it is inside the liquid at a particular distance. Let's say we put a mark A over here, and then this is another mark P over here. This is the space where the ball is going to move with a constant velocity in this particular area. So this is called Stokes falling sphere method. What we are going, again I'm repeating it, but I'm trying to tell. It's a spherical ball which is inserted in a long cylinder which is containing a liquid whose viscosity we want to determine. There are two forces acting on the ball. One is its mass, or the weight by which it will come down. This is a downward force that acts in the downward direction. There is another force which will drag it behind. That is upward force that will depend upon the viscosity of the liquid, or you can say intermolecular interactions of the molecules. So the two forces are acting on this ball, but since the downward force is more, the mass is more, so the ball will come down. When it comes down, initially there is a change in the velocity because changes it is coming from air into the liquid. The mass is going to change. Weight is going to change from air into liquid. Initially, there would be a difference of velocity, but after a certain point, it will attain a constant velocity. Constant velocity का मतलब अगर यहाँ 10 की स्पीड से चल रहा है तो यहाँ भी 10 की स्पीड से चल रहा है, यहाँ भी 10 की स्पीड से चल रहा है. So that is the we have put a mark A and mark B. This is the region where the constant velocity is being observed. इतना समझ में आया क्या सबको?
Yes,
कोई
sir.
डाउट?
Yes.
कोई डाउट है किसी को स्फेरिकल बॉल की मूवमेंट पे? यस
सर सेकंड फोर्स जो लग रहा है वो बायोंसी फोर्स है.
हाँ, उसको वैसे भी कह सकते हैं, बट दैट फर्दर डिपेंड्स ऑन विस्कोसिटी ऑफ द लिक्विड. वो मेरे ख्याल सरफेस पे लगता है जो आप कह रहे हो. क्या बोला था आपने उसको?
बायन फोर्स.
हाँ, वो सरफेस पे होता है ना. तो लिक्विड के अंदर आ जाएगा तो विस्कोसिटी के बारे में बोलते हैं. ओके
ओके सर.
हाँ, तो अभी मैंने बताया इसके बाद दो फोर्स हैं, एक डाउनवर्ड, एक जो उसको अपवर्ड कर रोकेगा, ड्रैग करेगा पीछे की तरफ. लेकिन अब डाउनवर्ड फोर्स इज मोर, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कमिंग डाउन. ओके, डाउनवर्ड क्या है? इसका मास, सॉरी वेट, मैं बार बार मास बोल रहा हूं. इसका वेट है जिसको हम m into g बोलते हैं. When it comes down with a uniform velocity, and that uniform velocity is being studied by Stokes, a scientist, and he gave a formula, and that this uniform velocity is expressed by this formula. U is uniform velocity, F is the downward force, net downward force acting on the spherical ball. Pi, all of you know. Neta is coefficient of viscosity. R is radius of the sphere. So this was a Stokes equation, you can say. Stokes equation. Stokes studied this particular phenomena and came out with this particular relationship, where the constant velocity with which the sphere is moving into the liquid is equal to force, the net force, which is the downward force, or you can say force acting on the ball, and divided by 6 pi neta r. समझ में आ रहा है क्या इतना? Then this force which we are talking about, it is a net force acting on the spherical ball. Since there are two forces, we are saying that this force is mass of the liquid or weight of the liquid in air minus weight of the liquid in the liquid, weight of the sphere, sorry. मैं इसको दोबारा से लिख देता हूं, शायद आपको समझने में मुश्किल हो रही हो. This is weight of a sphere in the air divided by weight of sphere in the liquid. And this can be written as m into g. This is also m into g. Mass in liquid, mass in air. And this mass is further volume into density into g. And here again, it is volume. Volume will remain same, volume of sphere. Density in liquid would be different. Density का symbol rho लेते हैं यहाँ पे. And this is again rho into g. This is called rho in liquids, and this is rho in normal solid, density of solid. क्या ये समझ पा रहे हो आप ये तीन relations जो मैंने लिखे हैं? दोबारा सुनेंगे. The net force acting on the sphere is depending upon difference of the two forces, one acting downward, the another acting upward. The downward force is equivalent to weight of the sphere, which is a normal weight equal to mass into g. The upward force which is acting on it is equivalent to the mass of the liquid displaced, you can say. आपने पढ़ा ना Archimedes principle. The mass of a sphere is equivalent to mass of liquid displaced by it. So this is again mass, we normally say weight in liquid, but it is equivalent to mass of liquid displaced. Again, we write it as mass into g, weight is, and mass is again volume into density of liquid, density in liquid, and g. समझ में आ रहा क्या? Volume is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Rho is again density and this is again g. आपकी बुक में ये शुरू के तीन फॉर्मूले नहीं दिए हुए हैं, ये वाले तीन यहां से शुरू हो रहा है. It states that this is the mass of the sphere in the air, this is the mass of the sphere in the liquid. This is volume density, that becomes mass. ये volume into density, that becomes mass, and g is common. Again we take this common, 4 by 3 pi r cube common ले लेंगे इसमें से, तो ये आ जाएगा. और फिर हम f की वैल्यू को जो हमारी ऊपर इक्वेशन थी उसको दोबारा से यूज करेंगे. लेट्स से रिलेशन नंबर 1, रिलेशन नंबर 2. Now using 1 we get this neta equal to f upon 6 pi ur. We put the value of f from 2, you get this relation as this. क्या इतना समझ में आ रहा सबको?
Yes, sir.
नहीं समझ में आया तो पूछना है, कहीं डाउट है तो. राहुल कुमार.
No sir, no doubt.
Good. आशीष प्रियदर्शनी, सॉरी आशना प्रियदर्शनी. आप हैं आशना यहाँ पर? And Sunny, are you able to get this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Harish, Neela?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And Sanjana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sheetal bhi hai kya is class mein? Sheetal? No. That is in second year, I think. Okay. So again, I'm just trying to tell again, because this question comes normally of 4 marks, 5 marks, that explain how you find out viscosity of a liquid using Stokes Falling Sphere method. In this method, a spherical ball is inserted into a cylinder containing liquid. Liquid is kept at a constant temperature. It's a thermostat outside, and we are allowing the spherical ball to go inside. There are 2 mass A and B. Why we have taken 2 mass, that also I will explain. It is part of our experimental procedure. And here this equation was observed by Stokes, which states that the uniform velocity with which this spherical ball moves into the liquid is depending upon net force divided by 6 pi neta r. R is radius of the sphere. This net force is again defined as mass of the sphere in air in minus mass of the liquid displaced, you can say, or mass of the sphere in liquid. And that becomes m into g, m into g. M को हम फिर से mass is volume into density. Volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So if I use all this, we get here 4 by 3 pi r cube rho s minus rho l. Rho s stands for density of solid or sphere, and rho l stands for density of liquid, and this is g. If I use this now in equation number 1 and transfer u and neta, then neta would become equal to this, and put the value of f, we get finally this. कितना समझ में आ रहा है इक्वेशन नंबर 3 तक? बस अब 2 इक्वेशन और हैं इसके आगे. आप कुछ बोल रहा है कोई? कुछ पूछना था किसी को?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's move forward. Okay, वो A और जो B मार्क थे ना, ये आपने ड्रॉ कर लिया ना डायग्राम को? क्यों बच्चों? डायग्राम तो बना लिया होगा आप लोगों ने?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what we are going to do, we are going to use this equation now. This is neta equal to 2r square rho s minus rho l into g upon 9u. Now there are 2 ways to use this equation. One is you have one liquid that we have already taken. Between the 2 mark A and B, we can know the distance between A and B and find out time of flow. So U would be equal to distance covered divided by time. And if you know about radius of the sphere, density of solid, density of liquid, value of G, you can find out value of viscosity of an unknown liquid. This is one of the method. But this is not a good method, because we need to know about radius of the sphere, which is difficult to be determined, and also value of G, which may vary at some point of time. So as a result, we are using now 2 liquids, a method where first we will note down time of flow for one liquid, then we have a reference liquid like we have done in Ostwald viscometer, we had water. So we will note down time of flow for the second liquid, and when we do this, value of R will remain constant. Same sphere is being used, so rho will remain constant, both the rows, that is both the density of sphere will remain constant, sorry, density of liquid will change. So as a result, G will remain constant and L will remain constant. So number 1, the method, in this method, if I put value of U as L by T, we get this expression 2R square rho S minus rho L into G divided by 9 L by T. Now, if I use 2 liquid, one reference liquid, determine time of flow, both of them, then it becomes neta 1 by neta 2. This, if I write 2 times neta, for neta 1, let's say if I write, it would be rho 1. Rho 1 stand for density of liquid 1. If I write neta 2, similarly, okay, let me write here neta 2. It becomes again 2r square rho s minus rho 2 into g divided by 9l by t. ये T1 हो जाएगा यहाँ पे और ये T2 हो जाएगा. L will remain constant. So when I divide this 2r is going to get cancelled, g is going to get cancelled, L is going to get cancelled, 9 is going to get cancelled. And we will be left with the last equation that we are looking for. ये हो जाएगा neta 1 by neta 2 equals to rho s minus rho 1 divided by rho s minus rho 2. अब ये T2 will go up, so you will have 1 minute. If it is L by T1, तो ये T1 ही आएगा यहाँ पर और यहाँ पे T2. यही आएगा ना बच्चों डिवाइड करने पर. This is last equation number 4. So if you use equation number 4 to determine liquid of a viscosity of an unknown liquid, it would be easy. This is all about Stokes falling sphere method. T1 and T2 are time of flow. L was the distance between two marks A and B, and finally rho s and rho 1 and rho 2. We also know that rho s is density of sphere, rho 1 is density of liquid 1, rho 2 is density of liquid 2. हो गया बच्चा नोट?
Yes. Yes, sir.
कोई डाउट है तो पूछना. दिस टॉपिक इज ओवर. हटाना है इसको. Okay, last time we talked about there are certain factors like intermolecular interactions on which viscosity depends, right? And today we'll talk some more factors which will be used to define viscosity of a liquid. And now we have one more term. This is called fluidity. Symbol is phi. Fluidity is just reverse of viscosity. Viscosity को बोलते हैं internal resistance to flow between adjacent layer, and fluidity is known as easiness with which various layers of a liquid can flow. Okay, it is reverse of viscosity. Fluidity is known as easiness with which a liquid can flow. Okay, so phi is 1 upon neta. It is reverse of viscosity. Now, if I ask you which will have more fluidity, if you are given water and honey, what would be your answer?
Water.
Sir, water.
Okay, good. So that means water can flow easily, so its fluidity is more. Now, if I ask you what could be the different factors on which fluidity of a liquid will depend, so what could be your answer? क्या-क्या factors होते हैं जिन पे?
The intermolecular forces of attraction.
Okay, वो हम बात कर चुके थे उसकी. तो और कोई फैक्टर?
Temperature.
हाँ, गुड. वो भी डिपेंड, विस्कोसिटी डिपेंड अपॉन टेम्परेचर, उसको पढ़ेंगे अभी हम. और कोई फैक्टर? क्या साइज एंड मास पे भी डिपेंड करता है फ्लूइडिटी? इफ यू हैव लार्ज साइज मॉलिक्यूल्स
सर
हैविंग लार्ज मॉलिक्यूलर
मास होगा
मास,
ज्यादा मास होगा तो डिफिकल्टी होगा फ्लो करने में. हायर
हाँ,
मॉलिक्यूलर मास डिफिकल्टी.
Yes, good. So what I'm trying to say now, fluidity of a liquid depends upon some factors. These factors are number 1, write down number 1, size and mass of molecules. Number 1, size and mass of molecules. इसके आगे लिखेंगे heavy and larger molecules. Heavy and larger molecules offer more resistance to flow. Why it is so? Can anybody explain why larger molecule or heavy molecule will offer more resistance to flow?
सर ग्रेविटेशन फोर्स ज्यादा लगेगा, वन डर वाल फोर्स.
Yes, that could be one reason. और भी कोई रीजन हो सकता है?
सर फोर्सेस ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बढ़ जाएंगी शायद.
सर वन डर वाल फोर्सेस.
क्योंकि जो हम अभी तक बोल रहे थे, हम इंटरमोलिकुलर इंटरेक्शंस को हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग की टर्म्स में एक्सप्लेन किए थे, वाटर की टर्म्स में. वाटर का एग्जांपल लिया था, ग्लिसरीन लिया था. That was only one kind of interaction. The other kind of interaction, which is van der Waal interaction, depends upon surface area, right? So if you have larger size, then surface area is going to increase. So both the factors are there. When you are when the molecules are heavy, resistance would be offered by the walls of the container, and it will be transferred because surface area is also more. When the surface area is more van der Waal interaction would be there, and more resistance would be transferred. Okay, then we have second factor. Second is shape. I write here factors. Factors on which depend. Number 1 was mass and size. Second is shape. When I say shape, there are various shape of molecules. Suppose we talk about surface area interactions, meaning if you have spherical molecules, they are going to have minimum interactions with the surface areas and minimum resistance would be offered. But if you have plateless kind of molecules, like you have red blood cells, these molecules will offer more resistance because they come in contact in a better way as compared to spherical molecule. तो लिखेंगे शेप के आगे. Spherical molecules offer less resistance to flow. Offer less resistance to flow than the plate-like molecules. Than the plate-like molecules, as area of contact increases. And molecules with flexible chain like polymers also offer more resistance because they entangle with each other. आपने डीएनए के बारे में पढ़ा है ना, 2 strands होते हैं ऐसे अमीनो एसिड्स के, न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स के.
Yes.
So molecules having large flexible chains like polymers entangle with each other. As a result, viscosity increases manifold.
Sir, could you please repeat once?
Okay. Molecules having large flexible chains like polymers entangle with each other and offer more viscosity. हो गया बच्चों? हो गया बच्चों?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
third, which is very important point, this is called effect of impurity. Now you might have heard, like when you have water and if you add NaCl as impurity, surface tension of water increases. जैसे if you have sea water or salt water, surface tension is more. You might have heard about it. पढ़ा होगा ऐसा आप लोगों ने. Okay. And if you add soap particle into water, that is again another kind of impurity. Soap particle settles on the surface of water and surface tension decreases, meaning the effect of impurity on surface tension is of two types. Few particle increases the surface tension like NaCl and other salt, and few particle decreases the surface tension like detergents, soap molecules, or shampoos, whatever we use. But in case of viscosity, only one kind of effect is observed, that is any impurity added to the liquid will increase its viscosity. क्या मेरी बात समझ में आ रही है? Viscosity increases on addition of impurity. कोई भी impurity हो, on addition of impurity, invariably. हो गया नोट सबका? हो गया बच्चों?
Yes, sir.
So this is all about fluidity and factors on which it depends. Now we have one more factor, that is effect of temperature on viscosity. कोई बताएगा क्या इफेक्ट होता है? Can anybody explain?
Sir, viscosity decreases.
Decreases. How it decreases?
Sir,
Inverse.
with increase in temperature, molecules they absorb more energy, and due to this, the intermolecular forces will weaken, sir.
Okay, good. This is a equation given for effect of temperature on viscosity, like Arrhenius equation. Here it is observed that viscosity depends upon ERT, where T is temperature, is known as activation energy. ये पढ़ा हुआ है आप लोगों ने Arrhenius equation में. This is activation energy for viscous flow of a liquid. Or I can also write it as ये सब पढ़ा हुआ है आप लोगों ने. This is a normally Arrhenius equation which you write for rate constant. Then again for in kinetics you have studied log K2 by K1 is accretion energy divided by 2.323 R 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. One more thing you can learn, that the viscosity of a liquid we normally say decreases with increase in temperature. With increase in temperature. Why it decreases, that we already know, because intermolecular interactions are going to break down. हो गया नोट सबका?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
नोट कर लेंगे.
हो गया note, sir.
Okay. So this is about effect of temperature. Normally we also say that for any liquid, viscosity decreases by 10% when temperature increases by 1 degree. ये normal बोल देते हैं, पर ऐसा हमेशा true होगा ऐसा नहीं है. But normally it is also seen. It is observed that generally viscosity decreases by 10% per degree rise in temperature. ठीक है बच्चा? Now we have last point of viscosity. इसको बोलते हैं viscosity of mixture. This is mixture of two liquids. Okay, you might have heard about Raoult's law, which talks about pressure exerted by a mixture of two liquids. पढ़ा है ना सब लोगों ने?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there also you have studied that this total pressure equals to XA into PA naught plus XB into PB naught, where XA and XB was mole fraction of liquid A and liquid B. So here again we are talking about viscosity of mixture, or to be basically it is fluidity of mixture. मैंने इसको viscosity लिख दिया. You can correct this. We are talking in terms of fluidity. It is fluidity of mixture. So when we say fluidity, this is written in terms of phi. It is equal to XA into phi A plus XB into phi B. This is one of the equation given by a scientist called Bingham's equation. बस इतना ही याद करना है आपको. This is just like Raoult's law. Total pressure equals to pressure exerted by component 1, component 2. यहाँ पे total viscosity of the mixture is depending upon mole fraction of component A into its viscosity plus mole fraction of component 2 into its viscosity. Now these are theoretical relations given. Another scientist has also given one more relation, which is in terms of log. This is one equation. Second equation is known as Kendall's equation. According to this equation, log phi upon phi naught equals to XA into log phi A upon phi naught plus XB log of phi B upon phi B naught. Phi naught, sorry. Where phi naught is known as standard unit fluidity. ये नॉर्मली लॉग जब लेते हैं तब लिख देते हैं, नहीं लिखते हैं तो भी चल जाता है. फाई नोट नहीं भी लिखेंगे तो भी चलता है, इसकी वैल्यू 1 होती है. इट रिप्रेजेंट्स यूनिट स्टैंडर्ड यूनिट फ्लूइडिटी. तो इन दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है? इसमें सिर्फ लॉग हो गया, ये लॉग फाई हो गया, लॉग फाई ए हो गया, लॉग फाई बी हो गया, और फाई नोट से डिवाइड कर दिया विच इज यूनिट वैल्यू. हो गया बच्चों?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is all about viscosity. You can ask me if you have some question in mind regarding viscosity. कोई क्वेश्चन है आपके दिमाग में? Okay, if I ask you whether viscosity is extensive property or intensive, what would be your answer?
Sir, it is intensive.
Intensive.
है सर.
Okay, क्यों है intensive, राहुल? राहुल, intensive क्यों है viscosity?
Sir,
Yes, Rahul.
I don't remember, sir, how to explain.
Yes, because you are trying to say something.
Sir, because
Vikas?
it does not depend upon amount of liquid.
It depend upon.
Does not depend upon amount of liquid.
Then meaning, how do you say that? It does not depend. How do you say that? It depends upon which other factors? Yes. निकिता, आप बताएंगे?
Yes, sir.
बताइए.
So viscosity is an intensive property as it does not depends upon the amount of liquid present in it, but rather it depends upon the intermolecular forces of attraction.
Okay. Okay, good. So you have to be very clear that viscosity does not depend upon amount of the liquid. Like if you talk about fluidity, fluidity is reverse of viscosity. So if you have, let's say, if you see the flow of water, that depends upon intrinsic property, that is intermolecular interaction between water molecules. If you increase the amount of water, let's say we have a small pipe at a particular slope, then we have a large pipe with the same slope, and now you observe if you are adding more water into the large pipe, whether the flow of the liquid is going to be different or it is going to remain same. Or you might have seen how water comes down from a waterfall or from in a river, how it moves down. So whenever you see practical example, then also things may be clear to you. Okay. So if viscosity is intensive property, it does not depend upon amount. It depends upon intermolecular interaction, which is molecule to molecule. Okay. So now we talk about next property. This is surface tension. Now in surface tension, yeah, we can understand this. Let's say this is a container having water inside.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So, sir, fluidity is a intrinsic fluidity is a extensive property.
क्यों? Why?
सर मैं पूछ रही हूँ.
नहीं, जो viscosity है वही fluidity है in terms of intensive and extensive. Okay?
Okay, sir.
तो हम बात कर रहे थे यहाँ पर about surface tension. Whenever we have water in a container, the molecules on the surface experience inward intermolecular interactions like this. So there is a net inward force which pulls them down into the liquid, whereas molecules which are in the bulk, they experience force of attraction from all the directions, and net force on the molecule in the bulk is supposed to be 0. So as a result, all those molecules which are on surface, they experience an inward pull. This inward force acting along the surface at any line of unit distance, or you can say right angle to any line of unit distance, is known as surface tension. मतलब ये जो surface है हमारा, अगर मैं इस पे कोई भी distance दे लूं 1 सेंटीमीटर, उस पे जो force लग रही है अंदर की तरफ, उसको बोलते हैं surface tension. Okay, so write down definition of surface tension. Force acting along surface of a liquid right angle to, or perpendicular to, we can say, right angle to any line of unit length. Any line of unit length is known as surface tension. Its symbol is gamma. Gamma is force acting per unit length. Its units may be dynes per centimeter or Newton per meter. It is force acting along, this is the surface, acting along surface of a liquid, right angle to or perpendicular to any line of unit length. कोई भी 1 सेंटीमीटर लाइन ले ले हम, उसके 90 डिग्री पे जो फोर्स लगेगी, that is known as surface tension. कोई डाउट किसी को? Any doubt? Force acting along surface of a liquid, ये at लगा देंगे आप, sorry, at right angle to any line of unit length. It is expressed as gamma, which is force by distance. Its units becomes dyne per centimeter in CGS, Newton per meter in SI. Okay, not bachcho? Yes, any doubt, Molly?
No, sir.
Okay, there is one more definition of surface tension, that is a phenomena due to which surface of a liquid behaves like a stretched membrane. इसको stretch किया हुआ ना अंदर की तरफ. So the phenomena due to which surface of a liquid behaves like a stretched membrane is also known as surface tension. Okay, लिख लेंगे इसको आप. Another definition. Phenomena due to which surface of a liquid behaves like a stressed membrane. हो गया बच्चों?
Can you repeat?
Yes, phenomena due to which surface of a liquid behaves like a stressed membrane is known as surface tension. It's okay? हो गया बच्चों? Okay, so now we have one more definition called surface energy. Write down surface energy. Okay, you might have read in physics, we have films made by soap, like bubbles we form. Let's say it's a frame where this piston is movable. This is a movable piston. And we take this frame into soap solution and a film will be formed of soap molecules, meaning soapy liquid. A film may be formed here. Now this is a surface of soap water, and if I try to increase area of this, we require energy. So that energy is known as surface energy. इसको यहाँ से भी समझ सकते हो. When this surface is facing inward pull, its area is going to decrease. And if you want to have reverse effect, if you want to take this surface, we want to make it straight like this, we have to apply force in reverse direction. So that energy required to increase area by unity is known as surface energy. So write down the definition. Surface energy, amount of work done in increasing area of a surface by unity. In increasing the area of a surface by unity is known as surface energy. This surface energy, since it is work done, amount of work done to increase area by unity, तो ये W by area आ जाता है ऐसे, work done per unit area, and this is further equal to force into distance divided by area. Now if I write units of this, we will have same units. Dyne for force, for distance it is centimeter, for area it is centimeter square. So we'll finally have dyne per centimeter or Newton per meter. The units of surface energy as well as surface tension are going to be same. When we talk about surface energy, you also know about formation of bubbles, the bubbles that are formed with the help of soap solution. In bubbles also, initially they are small in size and we try to increase their area by blowing them. So there also we need energy to increase the surface. समझ में आएगा सबको सरफेस टेंशन सरफेस एनर्जी? यस अनीश कुमार, अंकिता कुमारी,
Yes, sir.
and अंशुमन आदित्य साहू.
Yes, sir.
समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
Yes, sir.
कितने लोगों को हिंदी समझ में नहीं आती मेरी? कोई है जिसको कंप्लेंट हो? When I speak in Hindi, you are not able to get this, get my words. Anybody has problem with my Hindi speaking? Yes, Harish, Neela, and Sunny.
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Okay, you know that college might open soon. You might have to come to the campus. पता है सब लोगों को?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Teachers have been asked to meaning visit college every day and take their classes from there. And in college we do not have good connectivity, so classes are not we are not able to hold classes from college. So some struggle is going on between the authorities and teachers. And tomorrow also I will not be able to have class because tomorrow we have a meeting with the principal at 12 o'clock, and it is not feasible to have class tomorrow. तो अभी हमारा इतना ये सरफेस टेंशन किया है हम लोगों ने, और we will be doing the rest part in the next class. Next class we will finish this syllabus of surface tension and as well as liquids and the portion that I was supposed to teach. आप लोग का असाइनमेंट हो पा रहा है? असाइनमेंट